What are smart gummies? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Elo Health is CEO Ari Tulla. Hi, Ari.
Hey, Fred, great to be here.
Great to see you. Well, let's start with a little bit of background about the company.
Yeah, I started the company about 3 years ago after having a long history with myself with different medical conditions and such. So my wife had a thyroid tumor, and that led into a lot of autoimmune disease complications and so forth. And basically, we get a verdict that we can never have a family. And it took us 10 years to find a solution for my wife to heal her body, and that was nutrition. So we found a diet that was actually lowering inflammation and healing her body and getting out of medications. And that was the way we got finally pregnant. We have two beautiful kids today. So I became a fervent believer in this idea of food can be medicine. So what we do at Elo, we are trying to take information from your body by using blood biomarkers, wearable devices, and assessments we do, and then turn it into nutrition that can make you feel good and perform at the best level, or even, cure disease at some point.
And what was your background that led you to be able to do this?
My background is varied. I've been in the tech for a long time. I was in the first startup late 90s, then spent about a decade in video gaming. And the last 13 years I've been spending in healthcare. So I built a company called Better Doctor. We help people find doctors. Then I run another company that is building big data in healthcare. So I know a lot about the healthcare world. I know a lot about data. And now it's been wonderful to learn a new world of nutrition that I was a super user, but I didn't know much before.
Well, you're using technology and an app here. So step us through the use case scenario.
Yeah, so the use case scenario is this that so the product we launched now, the newest one is called Smart Gummies. And it literally is a 3D printed gummy vitamin that we give you the right nutrients in a one single gummy you can take daily. This one thing has 7 pills that you can also buy from Elo. You can buy a pill pack. We can put 7 pills in one gummy we print. And how do we do this? We have run a project for a long time where we are taking people's blood work and we convert that into the right nutritional plan. Think about low vitamin D is low, you have a high LDL cholesterol, and then we give you the right nutrients in a pill pack. And of course, we've been also assessing people from the blood perspective and also questionnaire perspective. So now we have a system with AI where we can just simply do a questionnaire for you, about 20 questions, and we know roughly what you need, and then we can ship you these gummies. Always, if you want, you can order a blood test kit and make the recommendations even more precise. But the whole idea here is that we have 120 million people today in America who take supplement pills every day, and they don't know what they're taking. We know that most people are taking the wrong things. And we are trying to make this world of taking nutrients in you simpler and more transparent.
So you're doing this with 3D printing? Tell me how that works.
Yeah, so I think, I'm a technologist by heart, and I really want to bring these new ideas into the new fields. And now in it kind of is a science fiction to me as well that, I can drop, a few drops of blood into a card at home, send it to our lab, and then what I receive is a 3D printed gummy vitamins. So these are literally 3D printed in a lab, and they are vegan. They are very natural, but the way we lay them together is 7 layers that are printed into one gummy.
And are there issues with the shelf life of gummies compared with to pills, for instance, or is that not relevant here because
It's a great
of the
question. So,
subscription model?
yeah, the uniqueness, of course, what we do at Elo is that every product we do, our powders, our protein powder, the pills, and the gummies, they are all made to order. So every product you get from Elo is made for you after you order it. So they're all fresh. And of course, some supplements, they say they have a shelf life like pills, about maybe a year or two. In our case, most people consume the product within the next 30 days. So that's not an issue. But the shelf life for the gummy versus pills is about equal. So we have a 1 year shelf life today. If you don't, take them in the next month, you can let them be for a year.
Well, you've I think alluded to a couple. What else is in the product line from Elo Health?
Yeah, so Elo is trying to build this sort of a comprehensive view into your nutrition. So we have the data collection, like I said, we can use wearable devices like Apple Watch, Oura Ring, even your scale or blood pressure, what you have at home. And then we of course do the blood testing. That is not mandatory. You can order a test kit when you want. And we use that data to give you different products. So we have a protein powder that is more for people who want to have a morning protein shake, for example, or they want to do recovery if they do activities like running or cycling or whatnot. And with the protein, it's pretty interesting that I think we're the first company ever who took your activity data from your wearable devices. So let's say you use, for example, Strava, or you use the Apple Watch to track your running exercise. We base the protein blend, the formulation every month based on what you have done on your activity side, what you have tracked automatically. And what we do that is kind of interesting for people who are more active, after every workout that you track, we tell you how much protein you need after workout. So my Apple Watch will tell me after my run that I need scoop of protein. And if I don't, it also tells you that you don't need protein right now.
Interesting. So give us an idea about the pricing and how this all works.
Yeah, the gummies you can order today nationwide in the US for $59 a month. And the protein you can buy for $49 a month. So they're a little bit premium, but we try to really hard keeping the price in a level that most people can afford. And if you want to do a blood test today, we can do a pretty comprehensive panel, including your lipid panel, A1C, vitamins, minerals, inflammation for $159.
And do you go to a lab for that? How does
You
that work?
get a kit. You receive the Elo kit at home, and you prick your finger. You need about 4 to 5 drops of blood. You send it back to our lab, and you get the results within a few days.
Wow, and you can do it just from that without having to go to a lab. That's amazing.
Yeah, so the at-home testing has been really expanding hugely because of COVID. I mean, most people didn't want to go to a lab. And of course, we all know, Theranos, debacle years ago when they were promising that, 1 drop of blood, you can do everything. We need, 4 or 5 drops of blood. We use the validated machines and the results are equal to venipuncture. So millions of tests are done every year today at home.
For more information, where's the best place for people to go?
You can go to elo.health, elo.health, not .com, and you can find every information bit there.
And it's spelled ELO.health. Ari Tulla,
Correct.
thank you so much for spending time with us.
Hey, thank you so much.